Hello and welcome to the tutorial on training requirements and tracking professional development hours in FRYSC Counts. In this tutorial, we will cover the following topics: training requirements, submitting a training request for training approval, how to fill out the PD tracking form, and finding approved trainings. The professional development requirements for all FRYSC coordinators can be found in the Administrator's Guidebook. All coordinators must attend at least one statewide training event. Events that qualify for this requirement are Victory Over Violence and Fall Institute. Regional meetings are different than regional trainings. Attendance at regional meetings is mandatory regardless of how many training hours you have accumulated. Oftentimes, there is a training component to the meeting, and this time can be counted toward the required 24 hours of professional development. Training approved for social work CEUs or child care hours and district or school-sponsored training events are automatically approved for FRYSC professional development hours and do not need further approval in FRYSC Counts. Online modules and webinars can be approved for up to 6 hours if a certificate of completion is offered, and up to 2 hours if there is no certificate. These must be approved by the training specialist through FRYSC Counts, which will be reviewed later in this tutorial. Other non-FRYSC sponsored trainings also require approval for PD hours through FRYSC Counts. Requests should be made at least 14 days prior to the training event. This allows sufficient time to review information. When accessing FRYSC Counts, always use Internet Explorer. Using other browser options such as Chrome and Firefox often cause errors which slow the process. If you have a training event you would like to count toward the 24 required PD hours, log on to FRYSC Counts and go to the Training tab. Use the drop-down arrow to select Coordinator Training Request. This will take you to the page that displays requests in the system. Click on the Coordinator Request for Training button to launch the request page. Complete all the fields on the request page and click Save at the bottom. Once the request is saved, additional buttons will display at the bottom of the page. These are View Upload Documents and Submit to Training Coordinator. Upload an official agenda or other document that shows the topic, date, and start and end times. This is required. A request without an uploaded document will be returned for additional information and will slow the approval process. Once the request has been submitted, it will be reviewed for relevance and appropriate content. It can either be approved, rejected, or sent back for additional information. You will receive auto-generated emails when an action is taken by the training specialist. If the request is sent back for additional information, you will receive a separate email with a specific request. If approved, the training is assigned an approval code that is used in the tracking form. Best practice is to begin your PD tracking form as soon as the new year is available in FRYSC Counts. As you attend training events, the information can be added to the form, making the end of the training year reporting easy. To add a PD tracking form for a training year, use the drop-down arrow on the Training tab and select PD Tracking Form. This will take you to the Tracking Form page that will display the forms from the previous year. You will only add one tracking form for each year. To add a PD tracking form, simply click on the Add PD button. Once you add the PD tracking form for the year, you do not have to click on the Add PD button again until next year. As you attend trainings, you will use the View Modify link to open the current year's tracking form and add the training information. Do not click on Add PD to enter individual trainings. This will result in duplicate PD tracking forms that will have to be deleted by the training specialist and may delay the process. As you attend training events, you will enter them on the PD tracking form for that training year. If you have an approval code, always enter that first and click on the search button. This saves you from having to manually enter information. Remember, you are required to attend at least one statewide conference. That is either Victory Over Violence or Fall Institute. These are pre-filled on the PD tracking form for ease of use. Do not put any other trainings in these top two boxes. It is best practice to search the approved training list prior to requesting approval. This prevents duplicates in the system. This list is also a good place to find information about trainings that you might be interested in attending. To access this list, click Approved Trainings List from the Training tab drop-down menu. A spreadsheet will download. This will often display at the bottom of your screen, and you will click that to open the spreadsheet. The approved training list will open in date order. This list shows all the approved training events for the entire state. Use the Find and Search feature to quickly locate a specific training. You can search by any value on the spreadsheet, including training title, approval code, location, or date. If you don't have your 24 hours in a statewide training logged by the end of the training year, you will receive a reminder emailed, copied to the regional program manager from the training specialist. These reminder emails typically go out a week or two prior to the due date, so you will have a chance to get training events you did attend entered on the PD tracking form. If the due date passes and the requirements are still not met, the district contact will be notified and a plan of correction will be requested. But it is not hard to meet the training requirements. In the 2018-2019 training year, 99.6% of all coordinators met the training requirement. There are lots of training opportunities, so if you have trouble getting 24 hours, please reach out to your regional program managers or the training specialist. If there is any doubt about the amount of available training, know that there were over 1,580 hours approved for the 2018-2019 training year. And the average number of professional development hours reported by coordinators was 34.1. If you have any questions or need clarifications, please make sure to put those in the 3-2-1 reflection activity for this tutorial. You can also email the training specialist at melissa.newton@ky.gov. Thank you for taking this Family Resource Youth Service Center training tutorial and have a great day.